Hello YouTube, I am so happy to be here with you today. I'm super excited and I had to come in and do this video on this powerful solar eclipse happening October 14th at 1:55 Eastern Standard. No matter where you are in the world, this is going to positively impact you in the best of ways. But I want to show you how to use it to release things that aren't serving you and to really co-create and manifest your dream reality, because now is the most potent time to do it. So here's the number one thing I need you to know with an eclipse, whether you're watching this video right near the eclipse, the day before, during, after, it's going to, whatever, just doing these rituals is going to support you for the next 6 months. An eclipse energy is completely creating, recreating, letting go. It's in an energetic kind of vibe, if you will, for 6 months. So no matter when you're seeing this, that's important for you to know. Now, before we get started, I am Kathryn. I'm a holistic nutritionist. I specialize in transformational coaching, reprogramming the subconscious mind. And what I'm really here to do is help you to get your ideal body and your ideal life in a way that is easy, fun, and feels authentic and true for you. What I know from being in this world and being in this world for over 15 years in the coaching industry, in the transformational space, and as a master hypnotherapist and life coach, I can tell you that it doesn't need to take 1,000 years. It doesn't need to be hard, and it can be super fun and delicious. And so I'm going to dive into what that can actually look like for you today, because how much you suffer is dependent upon you and how much suffering you want to do. I know, it's a powerful one, but it's true. It took me a long time to realize that. So one of the primary messages in this solar eclipse is that the way that we've done things in the past is no longer the way that we're going to be doing things moving forward. It's just not working. The way that we as women have done things in the past, our generations past lineages, what has shown up in history, what we were told to do by society, by culture, by our family. If it doesn't feel true for you, it's not meant for you. That, whether that comes from me or anything in your life. That's rule of thumb. But this is also the time for you to really step authentically into who you want to be. And here's what I want to teach you and really highlight for you today. And it's one of the things that I teach in my Limitless Academy, which, by the way, I'll put a link below if you're interested. I'm doing a masterclass next week on becoming limitless, where I'm actually teaching you how to reprogram your subconscious mind. And like the number one way to do this, like I said, everything that I teach is simple, it's effective, and it works, because that's the way it's meant to be. And so I want to show you what I learned, and I would love for you to create your dream reality. So that being said, I'll put a link below for my Become Limitless masterclass on October 18th, but stay with me here. All right, so what I need you to know is that the stress and pressure and ideas and ideals that were put on us in the past, it's your job now to go to question them and to say, what are the roles that I've been living, and do I want to keep living them? What are the rules that I've made on myself or that got placed upon me, and do I still want them? Because that's up to you whether or not you want them to be a part of your reality, but you get to question all of this, right? You get to say, this doesn't feel good for me, and then go, well, wait, why do I think that I need to put on a 7-course dinner at Christmas? Or why do I think presents need to be wrapped perfectly? Obviously, Christmas is on my mind. Okay. Or why do I think that I have to get up at this time or go to bed at this time, or that I have to only eat this way to have this? You get to create, and what you believe to be will be. That's it. That's law, right? So here's what I also want you to know. This eclipse is about letting go of the past. It's about endings, and it's about new beginnings. And the endings they're on a cycle. It's a timing of closing them out. But also what I want you to know is, if you have relationships, if you have friendships, if you have things in your life that your really identities, in particular, lady loves, your identities with yourself, if they're no longer aligned, if you're sitting here going, I'm sick, I'm tired of being sick and tired, I'm sick and tired of saying I'm going to release the weight, or that I feel like I'm playing small, or I'm saying this is the time to actually get clear and go, who do I want to be, and what do I want to be my reality? And so it shall be. right? But we also have to look at what are the belief systems tying these up, and am I willing to let them go? So one of the first rituals that I'm giving you is about how to actually close out the past, to let it go, to not ruminate. We don't want to bring our past into our present, which then impacts our future. There's no good gained from living in the past. We can look at it, learn from it quickly, but it's time to move on. So if you're constantly bringing, I'm this way because of this, I'm this way, that's what needs to end. And that's your opportunity here. But you actually, so you're going to journal out what are you ready to let go of? What identities, what belief systems, what habits, what roles, what rules, what am I letting go of, right? And then you get to ask yourself, am I willing? So a lot of rituals are like, write them down and burn them and buy, but then it doesn't happen because are you really willing to let them go? Because here's one of the things that I teach, and we dive deep in this in my Limitless Academy, which is a life mastery membership. Again, I'll put a link below if you want to learn more. But what we really learn is we get something from everything that we do. And if we're repeating a pattern that does hurt us, there's also something that we're getting from it. And if you're not truly willing to let it go, then it doesn't matter how many things you burn or how many mantras you say, you're still going to repeat it. So while you're doing this ritual, I want you to then go through each one and say, am I willing to let this go? Am I willing to let this go? And then ask yourself, and then it's like, I don't know. It's like, well, what am I getting from it? Well, if I'm always getting sick, then I get people's attention. If I'm always broke, then I never have to work for money. If I'm always, right? Like I'm using bigger examples, but that's what you want to ask yourself, because our subconscious mind makes up 95% of our actions. So we consciously could go, I'm really sick of this or that, but are you really willing to change? And are you willing to let it go? And then you can do a simple prayer, God, universe, angels, whatever you believe, source, if it's not God, whatever. I call on you and I ask you to set me free. Release me and set me free. And may we do this with ease and joy. The most joyful way, we always want to preface, in the most joyful way possible. Release me of this. And I'm asking for your support. Amen. Right? Okay. Then what you're going to do then you're going to burn that. We've got to do the ritual of burning, do it in a safe place. Please don't start any fires. So you're going to then run water over it. Make sure there's no embers doing their thing. Then what you're going to do is, I want you to think about, well, what do I want? Who do I want to be? What do I want? I've got the energy of the cosmos around me. This is like the most potent time. Let's make this happen, right? So now I want you to write a letter to the universe, and I'm so happy and grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you for, and you're going to write out everything that you got. And then you're going to take that letter and you're going to put it in the mail. And you can put a stamp on it, and you can write to the universe. And I want you to think it's like your letter to Santa. Here I am with Christmas again. Oh my God. Okay. Or, whatever. But it's done. Like, you gave your letter, your notice. And when you're writing that, I meant to say this. When you're writing it in the end state. So before you do this, you're going to get clear. Like, what are the things I want? You're going to read over and then go, okay, if I'm her, if I'm him, how would I feel? And what would I be doing? What would I be thinking, right? How would I be acting? And you're going to put it in the mail as that person in that energy of like, oh, this is a done deal. Like, this is me, signed, sealed, delivered. It is out there. And then you get to do the inspired action. So now we put our order into the universe, right? And it's now you get to do okay, well, if I'm in that end state, then what are the actions that I would be taking? Because I can tell you this, if you're at your ideal body, you're not going to be sitting on your couch eating bonbons. If you have all the money, you're not going to sit there and squander it. You're going to invest it. You're going to want your money to work for you. Do you get? So this is what I want you to do. So let me know if you enjoyed this video. I can't wait to hear your incredible manifestations. Let me know any questions you have. And if you want more videos like this, please share this with those that you love and subscribe to the channel, because we're just getting started.